What really causes cracked heels, where the skin on the bottom of your feet splits, becomes thicker with more callus, or takes on a more yellowed appearance? This isn't caused by simply having dry skin. It usually means that the new skin cells aren't being formed properly on the feet, because they aren't receiving the natural fats and the nutrients they need to keep the skin soft, strong and flexible. Many people use lotions and moisturizers, but the problem just keeps coming back. In this video, we'll look at the 7 root causes of why people get these cracked heels, and also how to repair them more permanently using natural remedies and nutrition. The first and most common cause is low vitamin B2 or B3. When you don't have enough of these vitamins circulating in your body, the keratinocyte skin cells in your feet simply don't get the energy that they need. So as your old skin cells shed away, new skin grows back thicker, drier and less flexible. So it then starts to split and it stops repairing itself fully. This leaves those small openings in the skin which could feel quite sore and more prone to skin infections. This also ties into not having good circulation. Dry, scaly or cracked skin in the body often tends to appear around your feet or toes first. But why here? Well, that's because your feet are the furthest part of your body away from your heart. So if you have poor circulation of your blood, it can take longer for those nutrients to reach your feet and to nourish your skin. This is why people who are overweight, people who don't drink enough water, or those with high blood pressure or blood sugar problems often tend to suffer with cracked heels. But you can easily improve your foot and leg circulation with nitric oxide boosting foods, but we'll talk more about remedies shortly. First, you need to know about this huge missing piece of the puzzle, and it's all about essential fatty acids. Many people go on a low-fat diet protocol to try and lose some weight, or because someone told them that fats are bad for you. This includes plant-based diets and other low-fat programs. However, there's no way around it. Your skin cells need essential fatty acids from foods like eggs, fish, beef and sardines to provide moisture that forms the skin's natural barrier. On a low-fat diet, you may become deficient in vitamin A, D, E or K, which are all important building blocks for healthy skin cells to prevent that cracking and dryness. But what if you're a person who's already eating the right foods and nutrients, but your heels are still cracking? Well, it could potentially be a digestive problem. You need a very strong and healthy digestive system to absorb vitamin B2 and B3 that we talked about earlier, and also so that you can absorb proteins and fats that are needed for those keratinocytes that make the new skin on your feet. But if you have some sort of inflammation in your gut, you may not be absorbing these skin-building nutrients properly in the intestines. Now, you can help to repair your gut lining easily with things like bone broth, glutamine, and avoiding grains, sweeteners, and alcohol for a period of time. I also need to talk about liver congestion, which is a common issue. Bile, which is made by your liver, is essential for breaking down the fats that you eat so that they can be absorbed and delivered to nourish your skin. But if your liver becomes congested or it's storing too much fat inside, bile flow can become sluggish, so you stop absorbing those essential fatty acids as easily. Apple cider vinegar, low-carb dieting, and TUDCA are all useful tools to assist in repairing a fatty liver. And the final main cause may be just having a slow metabolism. The thyroid gland in your neck controls how quickly the new cells are formed in your feet. But if you have a slow thyroid, your metabolism can slow down, especially if you aren't getting enough minerals in your diet, like zinc or selenium. This can cause the deeper collagen layers in your skin to start breaking down. I do have thyroid and collagen videos available on my YouTube channel if you need more information on these topics. And now, although this final point is not a root cause, it will make the problem worse, and that is poor foot care. If you have any of the existing issues that I've just talked about, the soles of your feet will be more prone to cracking. So wearing open shoes, especially in the summer where the air is dry, can make the situation worse. Using red hot water or harsh soaps can strip the natural oils and the ceramides of your skin as well. And some foot care lotions contain harsh ingredients like alcohol or essential oils that can make the problem worse. And using pumice foot stones, foot files or graters too often can remove the protective outer skin faster than it can heal. So now you know the different possibilities of the dry and cracked skin on the heels of your feet. Let's look at how we can fix this problem more permanently and naturally. First of all, we want to seal and protect that damaged skin. One of the most effective natural remedies is called lanolin. This is a waxy substance extracted from sheep's wool. Many people like to gently wash their feet in warm but not hot water in the evening and then apply a thick layer of 100% pure medical grade lanolin into the cracks of their feet, then covering their feet with socks overnight to allow it to work. Lanolin is unique because it has the exact lipids and cholesterol that's needed to regenerate the skin's natural barrier and to seal and heal those cracks in your feet. However, if your cracks are quite mild and you'd like a cheaper option, you can also apply grass-fed beef tallow on a daily basis. This has stearic and palmitic acid, which your own cells can use to rebuild over time whilst also softening the skin. Personally, I'd avoid petroleum jelly and artificial foot balms made with fragrances, which can cause more dryness. Now, step 2. We want to start rebuilding your skin quality by providing the nutrients that your skin cells need to regenerate it at a deeper level. As I said earlier, some of the most important are B2 and B3. Without enough B vitamins, the skin gets built hard instead of elastic, so it tends to crack. So focus on getting more of these nutrients naturally in your diet from foods, especially eggs, red meat, dairy, and nutritional yeast flakes. You can also help your own gut bacteria to produce more of these B vitamins by using these specific strains of probiotic supplements. Additionally, grass-fed bone broth is also wonderful for helping restore balance in your gut, and it also has the amino acids that are used to repair collagen in the deeper layers of your skin. I like to put a scoop of this in my morning coffee. And then there's the essential saturated fats. Saturated fats have been demonized, but you actually need them to rebuild the stratum corneum, which is the outer layer of your skin that protects it against water loss and environmental damage. So start getting more stearic and palmitic acid from foods every single day, like again egg yolks, salmon and sardines, grass-fed beef, and real butter. I would also get oleic acid from tallow or extra virgin olive oil to help soften that skin naturally. Now, unfortunately, some people suffer from bloating, indigestion, or gas when they eat fat, particularly if they have a fatty liver or have had their gallbladders removed. This can make it much harder for your body to absorb those essential fats for your skin. So in this scenario, you'd want to use some bile salts, simply taking 1 to 2 capsules of TUDCA after a meal that has fats can majorly help to improve bile flow, helping you absorb fats and reduce pressure in the liver. Bitters like apple cider vinegar, artichokes, and radishes are also wonderful. Alternatively, there are some simple digestive enzyme blends with added ox bile for full digestion support. Now, step 3 must not be overlooked, and it's about improving circulation. Now that you've applied a natural ointment and you've started to get those nutrients that your skin needs, we need to make sure that blood is flowing freely to those skin cells so that they can work properly. Start by simply drinking enough water. Most adults need between 1.5 to 2 liters of water every day to maintain healthy blood volume, allowing those essential nutrients to actually reach your skin cells. And there's also nitric oxide. Nitric oxide widens your blood vessels and improves blood flow around the body. You can naturally boost this by eating celery, beets, the green outer flesh of the watermelon, and specifically watermelon seeds, garlic, arugula, cabbage, and radishes. But if you'd prefer a supplement, many people have also had some success using niacin on a regular basis. This nutrient can cause a flushing sensation in your skin when you take it because it widens your arteries temporarily, delivering more oxygen and nutrients to the tissues. Don't use these doses for more than 7 days, however, as it can be hard on the liver. And finally, we want to maintain good foot hygiene and care. Avoid walking barefoot whilst you have cracked heels. Avoid hard floors or wearing open sandals, which will allow the feet to dry out further. I would focus on getting good quality orthotic shoes with ankle and sole support, staying away from flat shoes and sneakers which are unsupportive of the feet. Try to always wear socks to keep your feet warm whilst you're trying to repair them. You should also avoid using pumice stones and foot graters, which can damage the epidermis and leave the foot more open to cracks. Now, if you're not just experiencing cracking on your feet, but you're also noticing dehydrated, sagging of the skin and wrinkles on different parts of the body, you may also want to read my 12-step guidebook designed for rebuilding collagen, and the link to that is below the video. I also briefly wanted to talk about foot fungus. This is another problem that can cause excessive dryness of the feet because fungal infections feed on your keratin and your natural oils, causing water loss. Fortunately, tea tree oil and baking soda treatments can be used quite easily to clear this up. And lastly, we have zinc and selenium. People who have an underactive thyroid often find that using selenomethionine once a day along with zinc picolinate can help with thyroid hormone conversion to assist you in restoring a healthy metabolism. I also have a full video of this topic on my channel, along with this one that can help you identify deficiencies by just looking at your nails. Thank you so much for watching, and I wish you great health, wealth, and happiness.